this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I paint an orchid design on this flat glass bottle. I am going to be using a couple number 12 flat brushes. These are plaid one-stroke brushes. A number 10, number 8, and a number 1. Again, all plaid one-stroke brushes. Using magenta, perfect purple, moon yellow, Thicket, violet purple, or I'm sorry, red violet, excuse me, goodness, berry wine, and wicker white. My base color for this flower is a combination of the perfect purple and the magenta with a little bit of white. Alright, with the size of the bottle, I started to do this and I ended up running out of room, so I'm probably going to minimize this down to just two buds, or two flowers, excuse me, to get them to fit on here without too much confusion here. Alright, so what I'm doing is starting at the top of the bottle, doing some blending strokes, and then I'm just going to do a wavy leaf, not leaf, but wavy petal. And I'm going to go back over it again just to get some good coverage. Going to do that down here, and then maybe even tip it a little bit. I just don't want it to be too close to this one. But they don't all have to be going the same direction either. They can flip around a little bit. Alright, so then I'm going to come out, and this part's a little bit more difficult to actually get it. Now you can turn it and you can come back up like this. You just got to be careful because sometimes it pulls the paint up when you're doing this. Alright, now I want to keep the darker part on the outside, so I'm just coming over here because I want it to kind of come out. I'm going to come back up and swing it around. So you get a little bit of that kind of, whoops, got a little crud left on here. And just clean it up. Okay, so then, get sure that's good. So then what I'm going to do is come down here and do the same thing. I'm going to start on this side, opposite of what I just did. I'm going to turn it around and swing it back up. It looks like a little bit of a hole here, so I'm going to do it again. Swing it around and bring it back up. And then I'm going to do it over here. Swing it around and bring it back up. And again, you can clean this up if you've got any blurps, but I'm going to be painting some other stuff on here, so really probably doesn't matter a whole lot. Alright, so then the next thing I'm going to do is go into my red violet and load my brush with that. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do another wiggly leaf. It's actually a wiggly petal, I guess. Like that. Do it again because I said when you do it on glass, you end up, you can pull, I don't know why it's doing that, but you can end up pulling the paint up, but I'm not sure why it's doing this. And like that. And then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. Definitely works better on paper. So if you swing your brush around, then it removes the paint. So I'm going to try to see if I can go like that. Get a little bit better. You get the gist though, right? I'm not selling this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a general idea. Let's see, it's bringing that paint up. I do have to keep, this bottle for some reason is really bad about this. bringing up the paint. And I've tried it even with drying it, it still does it. So I just have to be really careful when I come back over the paint. Let's see what we can do here. Well, that's not going to help. I can just bring it back in here. I just want to want this to be a little bit bigger. Let me get this in here a little bit better. Come over here and then come back here and just try to lightly, sometimes you might even have to tap it in if you start to raise the paint. But like I said, you get the gist of the design. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is take my brush, like that, and I am going to load it with the berry wine and the moon yellow. Like I said, I had plans to do three of these flowers, but when I started to do that, I just didn't have the room. Okay, so you're going to just do a little, kind of like a, I'm going to put some more on here. Just want more of this burgundy color on here. But when you're painting wet on wet, you're going to have this happen. Alright, so the next step, I'm going to go back to the same brush that I was using, or I could switch over. I may not even use all the brushes that I thought I would. Okay, so this one, I'm going to start with a little bit of a white, and I'm going to have to be careful here since it's lifting up. So I'm going to do more of just a touch type of a painting instead of actually really wiggling it, because I don't want it to come up. Let me go over this one a little bit more. I want it to be whiter. See, I'm just touching it because I don't want to pull the paint up. And then the next part, I'm going to go wiggle, 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 wiggle. I want to end before I get to that part. And then I'm going to come down here and wiggle, 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 wiggle. Come down like that. And then I'll come down here and do this one too. Make sure I've got enough white on here. And so then I'm going to do basically what I said before, is just kind of touch it because I don't want to raise the paint up. You know, if you're painting this and you want it to be perfect, I would suggest giving it some drying time in between. You know, if you're painting on top of the paint, the wet paint, give it some drying time before you do that next step. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to do that because I want to get the video done, right? Now you can have a pointed end or you can have a rounded end, however you want to do it. All you need to do, now this will be interesting because you need to go back over this part because there's basically like two layers, and I'm just doing more of a touch and paint kind of design here because I don't want to pull it up. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. And if you wanted to, you could actually turn the colors where you actually on this one, the top one, have the darker color towards the edges to make them more visible, but you don't have to. Okay, so then I'm going to take my little liner brush, this one, dip it into the moon yellow, and then I'm just going to do little strips like that, and another little strip like that. Come down here, do the same thing, and the same thing over here. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, and then I'm going to do the final part for the flower, just putting in this little part. So there you have your orchids. Okay, so then I am going to take my number 10, and again, like I said, I may not use all the brushes that I thought I was going to use, but I'm using the Thicket and the Moon Yellow from my green. I am going to pull, I guess, this direction and come through here, and then I'm going to pull, I think I want to make it like I'm coming this direction and coming out and down a little bit. And coming across. And then I'm going to do just a really fun, kind of reminds me of a pickle, but really fun leaf. Bring it up. And then do another one on this other side. And it's going to come down here on the other, around the edge of the bottle or the side of the bottle, because of how long it is in the space, again, dictates that. And it's just another round petal. You can blend this in better. Swing it around. And if you want to put some stems in them, you can. I'm not too concerned about that. And then just want to do, just briefly, some quick little pulls. Like I said, this would make more sense if I were doing it on paper, because you'd be able to see it a little bit better. However, I'm doing it on my glass bottle instead, so we're going to have to deal with that. It makes it real simple though. It's just a real easy, kind of like a little, I don't want to say vine, but it's just kind of a little filler branch in here. You can come back down it if you need to. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same over here. And it's okay to go up over the flower if you need to. Actually, I prefer that. Yeah, it just, like I said, gives it some filler. Now you can add some white in here if you want to make it stand out more. And with it being on the green bottle, you know, it doesn't stand out a whole lot, but I think it's pretty. I just, again, wanted to do a orchid design, and here it is finally. Sorry it took so long to do it. Guess that I had a request, but it's pretty, I think. You can make it smaller, add more if you want. But here it is. I hope you like this video. If you do, give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure you make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and when you're over, or when the video's over, I should say, you're finished watching the video, make sure you share this on your social network with all your family and friends. Very easy. Just hit that share button that you'll see underneath the video, and away you go. Alright, thanks again for taking your time to stop and watch my videos. I appreciate you, and until the next time, you have a good one.